Rocky Turf Talk is proudly brought to you by Cocoa Brew.
Hello punters and welcome to Rocky Turf Talk for Callaghan Park Racing Friday, June 23. Warwick Satherley is a new addition to our riding ranks here in central Queensland, a former Kiwi who now calls Rockhampton home. He's got a great book of rides on Friday to analyse their chances. We caught up with a jockey from across the ditch earlier today.
Warwick, a full book on Friday, 7 in total. I think you're on 5 genuine chances, but firstly tell us the Warwick Satherley racing story.
I did my apprenticeship in New Zealand for Paddy Busserton. I did my 5 years for him. Chris Waller came in when he took over the stables when Paddy went to Singapore, and probably did work for Chris for about 4 years. Chris moved to Sydney after that. I was left in limbo a wee bit, and then I got a job offer in Japan. I moved to Japan and done 4 years in Japan. Moved back to New Zealand at that time. Worked for a person called Jeff Linds at Newbury Park. Done about 8 years for him. Got out of horses a wee bit. Went dairy farming, milking cows for about 4 or 5 years. And then I actually got back into horses, and which led to me to Sydney in about 2018 when I worked for Lee Curtis in Sydney as a track rider. Also worked for AJC on the barriers as well.
You've recently relocated to Rockhampton here in Queensland. You resumed race riding. You've hit the ground running with multiple winners.
Yeah, it's been great so far. A lot of support from the trainers.
Let's turn our attention to Friday. 5 genuine chances. The first of them come up in race 3, horse 2, Gilbert's Gold. A horse you won on 2 back.
Yeah, it was a nice win here. The track probably at Rockhampton's going to suit him. Forget Thangul last start, just never got around the track. Drew gate 3, so he'll get a nice trip from there.
Then to race 4, you ride the 7 here, Devil Kick. Also a winner 2 back, and you're on this filly last start.
Yeah, it was a good third last start. She's on the quick backup. Didn't run the mile out, back to 1400, race fit.
Then to race 5, you ride the 5 here, Media Empire from the Morgan Yard. Flying this horse, he's won his past 2 with you aboard. You're attempting to make it 3 straight.
Yeah, very tough horses. Last 2 wins have been really, really good. Another one with a good gate. He'll race up behind the speed, and he should be there at the end.
Then to race 6, the feature, the Tat Sprint. You ride the topper here, Belonte. Comes off a last start second in the Fitzroy last year. Resuming on Friday, you've been on board in 2 recent Callaghan Park barrier trials. The
2 trials have been really good. That's just to get him fit. He's got a lot of weight to carry. Fresh up record's really good, and he's a very tough horse.
And to the closer, race 7, the Northern Jewel. You ride the 3 here, Honking Tonk Diva. She's a last start winner with you aboard. You reunite. Yeah,
very good win last start. She had a good gate and a nice economical trip behind them. Kicked when I asked her to go. Tricky gate on Friday, but I hope we can work some magic from there.
What's your best?
Honky Tonk Diva.
Well, thanks for joining us on RTT today, and good luck with your rides over the weekend.
Thank you.
Hi, this is John Tapp, and when you're in Rockhampton for the races, Cocoa Brew is your one-stop shop. With a wide range of craft beers and cocktails, the restaurant has a succulent menu and the best steaks in town. The boardroom and whiskey lounge will cater for your private function. Accommodation, they've got you covered with boutique apartments on site at a 4.5-star rating. And for coffee and food on the run, head straight to Cocoa Brew Express. When next in town, let the crew from Cocoa Brew look after you.
Selections race 1, the maiden handicap over 1100 metres. Hero like the former Victorian in the way of one Penman. I do think he's been racing in far superior company to what he's exposed to on Friday. I do think he'll break through for his maiden win at his first start here in Queensland, and Justin Stanley does the riding for the Nick Walsh stable. Dungeon number 2, Virgo Vision. Third best 7, Deep Myth, 127, numbers race 1. Then to race 2, the ratings band 0 to 55 handicap over 1,050 metres, like the 5 here in Swiss Element. Comes off a last start second here at Callaghan Park. Do you think it'll return to the winner's stall? And Minette Kennedy does the riding for the Tommy Burke Yard. Second selection number 2, Denims. Third selection 7, Josie's Spirit, 527, numbers race 2. Then to race 3, the Class 1 handicap over 1,600 metres, like the 5 here, Bonagora. Well, it's the 2 runs over the mile now. I do think it's ready to produce its best in Leighton Wheeler combined. Danger number 1, Under the Cap. Third best 3, Nash at 513, numbers race 3. Then to race 4, this starts the quaddie, the benchmark 65 handicap over 1,400 metres. Hero like team number 2 and Kobe Rocks, a former Sydney sider, is at the 1 run here in Queensland to prep up for this. That resulted in a good third behind Tycoon Tory, and Ashley Butler does the riding for the Jared Wheelo stable. Second selection number 6, Iron Clever. Third selection 5, Most Impressive, 265, numbers race 4. Then to race 5, the Class 3 handicap over 1200 metres. Hero like the 5, Media Empire. Flying this horse, he's won his past 2. I do think he'll make it 3 straight, and Satherley and Morgan are in the corner of Media Empire. Danger number 8, Beltino. Third best 2, Princess Tenko, 582, numbers race 5. Then to race 6, the feature, the Tat Sprint over 1200 metres. Hero like the Brisbane Galloper in the way of 2, Constant Blight. But he's second here, and the Fitzroy over the Amateur Carnival was a ripper. I do think he'll be winning, and Wiggins and Goff combine. Second selection number 3, Lara Amigo. Third selection number 1, Bolante, 231, numbers race 6. Then to the closer, race 7, the Northern Jewel Cutis 3-year-old handicap over 1400 metres. Hero like the 3, Honky Tonk Diva from the Clinton Taylor Yard, and I like this horse for all the reasons outlined by jockey Warwick Satherley. Danger number 7, City Mission. Third best 1, Better Rain, 371, numbers race 7. Best bet on the program comes up in race 7, horse 3, Honky Tonk Diva. Good luck, good punning, and I'll catch you at the track on Friday.
Rocky Turf Talk is proudly brought to you by Cocoa Brew.